Yeah, how's it going, guys? It's Richie, Unicorn Caller here. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful day. As you can see, I am outside in Orlando, Florida. It is absolutely beautiful out here. Sorry if there's cars passing by, or sorry if it's not at the top quality content, but I wanted to talk about the summer update test run review and just kind of wanted to talk about everything because, well, obviously I can't play test. I mean, I could play test run, but from my experience, test run is super buggy, and that's actually where we're going to jump into it with this review. Pretty much the same exact issues from the last test run concerning all the social features such as friends list, guild, groups, and other social features that are broken. There's also a lot of zoning errors as well. It says failed to load zone, so it's kind of impossible to do some of those quests. And I don't know if that's just because of me, because I don't have a current membership, but I did make a purchase. We did that bundle purchase for the new cottage thing. So I don't have access to all the areas, and maybe it's just a glitch where it's trying to like put up the paywalls, and for some reason it's just failing to load. I have no idea, but yeah, regardless though, it is very buggy, at least from the launch. I don't know if it's gotten a little bit better lately. I've seen some people going raiding, so I'm assuming that maybe the servers gotten a little bit better. So yeah, let's talk about raids. That's another good segue. Raids. It is confirmed, and it is true that it is a 8-player raid, which is absolutely awesome. That's automatic thumbs up for me. Not too much bugs reported, which is also another thumbs up. Great. New gear looks fantastic. Another thumbs up. The wand looks absolutely amazing. I'll do a separate video about that whenever I get like free time. That one's really good. Also, what was it? It's on par with the Void Raid difficulty. It does not seem that difficult. I think Almond already defeated it. I think his guild already like did that. I'm not sure like who was the first person, or like whoever finished it already, or if it's not finished. I'm pretty sure it's already been beaten though. So awesome work. Missed opportunity for a okay, no, that wait, this one's funny. So remember we saw that teaser and it showed like the 8, Wizard101 players, but there was also content creators. My whizhead brain thought, oh, like this would be a cute little content creator raid, and apparently it wasn't. It was just a regular old teaser, just kind of showcasing content creators. I personally thought that there was going to be a content creator raid, and I think that definitely would have gave the raid a lot more exposure. I think that would have been cool if KI did form that. I didn't form it this year just because, again, test realm is just like super rough right now. I'm still considering it. Maybe when I come back from vacation, I would imagine test realm will still be on. No promises though. I haven't really done the content creator raid in a very long time, and I hate forming stuff. Hi. That's my mom. I know. The grind does not stop. The grind does not stop. But yeah, the raid overall looks absolutely fantastic. I think everybody's going to have fun with that. Okay, let's talk about the Aquala Chronicle update now. A reminder that it's not going to be coming on post-launch, so L for that. Anyway, new bosses for standard or challenge, which is absolutely fantastic, or I should just say boss. The new boss is actually fun to play against, pretty fun cheats. I had fun with it. The new spells look absolutely amazing. The new Aqua spells, I think the fire one is just absolutely busted, and I think a lot of fire wizards are going to have fun with that one. Mount Olympus, Tartarus, and Atlantia are in challenge mode, which is absolutely fantastic, and there's also a new challenge mode gear set that you can get. There's more gear and rewards to get. Gear looks amazing. You can also craft the Hades gear as well. Like, you can craft pretty much all the other gears for each of the dungeons just by farming a specific type of reagent. It's a new reagent, but pretty awesome stuff. And like I said, the Aquila Chronicle content, it won't be released with the update immediately, so an L for that, and I'm really sad about that, but they need to take all the time they need to make sure that it's not glitchy. All right, let's talk about a new event. Originally, I had the new events at like a low point because I didn't really like think anything of it, like, okay, cool, new event. But this one was pretty interesting because even KI themselves made a statement about it, which is pretty interesting. And I personally didn't even know about this, But anyway, let's jump right into it. All right. So the Fantastic Fight Fest will last the entire month. That's the new team up type of event that they're doing. It's going to last the entire month of August 2025. Basically, use a team up kiosk to earn points. I'm not the biggest fan of the community progress bar for it, though. I just think it just does not work with this community and just this game in general. We tried it before in the decathlon, and I already said that in my previous test run video without the B in my mic. But yeah, I just really don't like the community progress bar, and I think that should be either removed and to fit a personal progress bar or something else. I just do not agree with that. You also got to take in consideration that some people might not be able to team up in the premium zones. We literally just had a conversation about paywalls. So again, I'm still a little skeptical on this event. We'll see what happens. I just really don't think it's worth it for me. I think it's cool. The rewards that you get are pretty cool, and we can actually talk about that. The rewards are kind of meh. The hat and the shirt I don't care for, but the pet and the mount and also the Crocotopia apartment, which is a new type of housing area, looks absolutely fantastic. So we'll definitely grind for that regardless, but I just don't think I'm the biggest fan of that whole community bar thing. But anyway, let's talk about Newt the Scammer, which is apparently like a Harry Potter reference, and that's the NPC for this new event, right? And personally for me, Wizard101, like, they do a bunch of references I don't really care much about. Like, oh, this one's talking about a comic book here, oh, this one's talking about, like, Star Wars or, whatever. I don't really care much about their pop culture references. I think my last time was, like, in Lemuria. I got so heated about Lemuria. I think it was just the overuse of references that was, like, messing up my sensories. Oh, my God, it was getting really annoying. But let me wrap this video up really quick because I know I got family out here that wants to come out here soon. But there was a big thing about this though, and apparently, Newt the Scammer is a Harry Potter reference, which is fine. And the person that makes Harry Potter, the author J.K. Rowling, definitely is a no-no. And I think a lot of people associated, obviously, Newt the Scammer, the Harry Potter reference, with, J.K. Rowling. And if you guys don't know who J.K. Rowling is, like I said, the author, but she's also very aggressive with her words, not so PG-13 or, I don't know, just not, I guess, a good person in a sense. And I usually don't get into conversations like these, but, yeah. It's rough, but I think KI made a great statement talking about it. They made a speedy statement mentioning how the reference is just a reference and they don't associate with KI in their beliefs. And if anything, I have to say KI is very supportive, not just of the LGBTQ, but also just like everything else in general, just like everything else. They have done so many charity events for good causes. It's absolutely insane. Very proud supporter of the LGBTQ. KI has also done the Ukrainian charity, Veterans Charity, Autism Awareness blog post, Black History Month blog post, Children's Hospital Charities, the Palestine Community Charity event. Now, this was hosted by the community themselves, multiple Make-A-Wish Foundation events, etc. So, yeah, I think this community is very supportive as long as you're not in the dark alleyways of people being very rude and mean. But no, to say that KI is like, oh, KI is it? No. KI is very supportive, and I don't think it's fair to really reach for every Harry Potter reference they may have done. And to be fair, it is Harry Potter. It's about wizards and stuff like that, Yeah. You gotta separate the art from the artist in a sense. I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense, but I don't think it's fair to really like bash KI for that. Like, oh, KI sucks now. Like, no. It's just a reference. I think everybody's looking for another reason to be angry at KI. I think the paywall conversation is starting to dwindle down just a tiny bit, and I think people are still looking for more fuel to kind of be angry about. But yeah, whenever you see a reference in Wizard101, just do what I do and just kind of ignore it, because they do a ton of pop culture references in this game. So I mean, go to Lemuria. Lemuria literally made me nauseous. Like I couldn't stand it. Like, oh, this character is a reference of an old comic book. Like, oh, this character is a reference of an old TV show, and I'm just like, ah, like be quiet. Show me the original character, you know. But pretty fun stuff. Okay. Anyway, going back to the whole team up event, you must be at level 30 to use the join team up button. And then when you use a join team up, you know, if you haven't unlocked that team's instance, you'll actually be scaled up to the world's level. You won't get XP, loot, or badge progress, but you will get the event credit. I feel like this is going to be glitchy. I feel like this whole event is going to be glitchy, so again, I'm still kind of skeptical on it. Event rewards are meh. Like I said, I'm only interested in the mount, the pet, and the Crocotopia apartment. I think it's going to be cool. A lark in a park is a one-day only type of event. You basically earn points by spending a lazy day in Wizard City. Pretty self-explanatory right there. Raid island quests, which are pretty interesting. 4 wizards are needed to complete the island quest, and I absolutely love lore, so that's automatically a plus. When we talk about spell changes, I didn't really care much about the spell changes. I mean, they added a spellment path for like Judgment and, you know, what was it, Frostbite and Poison, you know, whatever. I mean, I don't know, I didn't really care much about the spell changes. I think it's kind of getting to the point where, like, they're always changing and banning spells, and it gets to that point where it just becomes very mundane. You know, it just kind of becomes, like, annoying. Like, oh, they banned this spell from advanced combat. Like, oh, they changed this spell, you know. So, I don't know, I'm just kind of, like, numb to it, and I just don't really care for it anymore. Anyway, let's talk about Beastmen. I love the new forms. I think they're pretty cool, but they actually got to their final beast form. That basically means every beast form has a set of 7 classes for a total of pretty much, I believe, 70, up to 70. Because there's 10 beast forms, and each of them have 7 schools. So that's 70 beast forms. So there is a lot to play with if you're someone that loves Beastmen, and sadly this will probably be maybe the end of an era. I hope they still continue to support Beastmen. I remember when Beastmen first started. I think what they had when they first originally started was really good. Even the gear design and everything was fantastic, from the insignia cape and everything. You probably see me in some of my older videos wear it. It was just a really good event. I mean, it still is a good event. I just think that, you know, with 70 beast forms, there definitely is going to be conversations about what needs to be nerfed and what needs to be balanced. But I think Cam is pretty much done with Beastmen in a sense, and I just hope nothing but the best for Beastmen. Maybe they could probably even make it like a permanent event, you know, maybe get it out of the event calendar, just make it like a permanent event. I think that would be pretty cool. Let's talk about the recycling bin, which is probably the best feature out of this entire update. Better than the Aquala content update, better than an 8-player raid, better than the spell changes, better than all these new events and Harry Potter references. This is probably like the best feature out of everything, and probably like the past decade. But check this out. Amazing feature. You can reclaim your trashed items for 1,000 gold. So if you accidentally trash an item, you can basically buy it for gold, for like 1,000 gold, and you basically get that item back. You can keep the items up to 30 days. Still, I feel like we need a sell reclaim function. Maybe if you accidentally sold an item, you can maybe get that back. But for the most part, if you accidentally trash anything, you can basically reclaim it back. And you can also go into your backpack settings and also enable the backpack item lock feature. That basically locks items that you really like, and it prevents it from being trashed or accidentally sold. That's what I usually do. But for the most part, this is really good in case you really trash like a really good item or a really good jewel, and you can just basically just get that back. As long as you have 1,000 gold pieces. Hopefully you have 1,000 gold pieces. Player hosted tournaments. I didn't care much for it. I mean, I don't PvP. I just don't. I'm sorry. I don't PvP, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I like how Blue Arena tickets are awarded, so that's pretty cool. Uber journey optimization. I didn't really care for it, but I do think it's a nice little change of pace for the side quest in the early areas. Again, I don't really care much about that. But overall, for the review of the Test Robin update for me, This update offers strong, amazing content for guilds and groups of people, and also has some really gorgeous gear and just a ton of stuff to farm for. However, yeah, it wasn't going to be a nice review without that word, however. And yeah, however, the test realm. The continued test realm issues practically make it unplayable, with difficulties even getting into zones, sluggish load times, and many other social features unable to function. I hope this is a trend that dies off and never reaches live realm, because we saw this same exact issue with the previous test realm launch, and I don't know if they're just releasing test realm too early to the point where it's so sloppy, and I don't think the servers are completely congested, right? I mean, I don't think like 500 million people are logging into test realm. I really don't think that. So I don't really know like what the issue is. That's something that they themselves have to figure out. Like, I don't know if they gotta unplug it or replug it. Like, I don't know what's going on there, but kind of like the post-launch of test realm makes it very frustrating to play because of all these issues. So we'll wait and see what happens, but as a bonus, there is a free membership currently going on all the way. It's going to last through May 28th, which is absolutely fantastic. So nope, don't open the door yet, Jackson. I'm almost done. Nope, don't open it yet. But yeah, that's going to reach it for this test realm review. Let me know what you guys think about test realm, and just let me know what you guys think about the update in general. I think it's a really great update. I think it's fine. Again, just probably the main thing is just talking about those bugs and glitches. But yeah, until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.